This is a little bit of a bonus extra for Wild Koala Day where I'll just show you how the plantation in the little front corner of my property started off. So this was 2016, and if you look carefully you can see some green dots throughout the grassed areas there. You can particularly see them in that little fenced area. And that's where we had the tree spots marked out. Now the trees are being planted. We planted a bit over half of them in 2016. Already we're removing tree guards a year later. These are all primary food trees, so these are all tallow-woods, forest red gums and swamp mahoganies. And the second round of planting was a slightly smaller group, but there were about 300 trees planted altogether. So we planted a bit more than half in the first year, and then we planted the second lot the year later. And there's the fabulous Luke Kane operating the drone. So he's come every year for the last 4 years and done great footage for me. Now this was 2018. We didn't do a proper run through the plantation for some reason that year, but I've just got that little snippet that I can show you. Now last year on Wild Koala Day, you can see how much the trees have grown. They're sort of averaging 3 to 4 meters high now. Looking down on that area where we saw them being planted earlier in the video. Right through across. You can see the koala sign beside the road there too. And this is the drone controller and the drone. It's 2020 Wild Koala Day. Up we go. So here's exactly what the plantation is looking like today. Trees are averaging anywhere between 3 and 6 meters tall where they haven't recently been cut. The reason for this plantation is primarily to be able to cut these trees, usually a couple of times a year, and provide that leaf to the koalas that are in care at Friends of the Koala. Now we're looking back towards the house and my little front yard area. Everything's grown quite significantly. I've got a lot of garden areas now. This spot that we're looking at here is going to be fenced in very shortly and become a koala kindy. It'll be what we call a stage 2 kindy, which is a kindy facility where the koala young are being completely dehumanized and learning to live outside on their own and be able to climb trees that will build up their muscles enough to be ready to release them onto the property. Often koalas are really intensive to raise, and this stage is critical for their survival out in the wild afterwards.